If you're Jamaican, you'll know that our road bullies come in a few different formats. The form of a Pro Box, the form of a Markix, or the form of one of these. This right here is the Toyota Noah. This is the 2017 model. There's also the Voxy counterpart, slightly different in its appearance, but identical under the skin. We're going to walk through why this particular vehicle is the most popular minivan in Jamaica, why it's the chosen vehicle for Jamaica's #1 road bullies, which are our taximen, and also why it may be right for you, a regular driver. Let's get into it. I'm Michael, a Jamaican car guy, and this is a regular car review. Let's go. Boom. So the Toyota Noah is available with 3 model options. There's the X, which is the base model. There's the G, which is this model, and it's the more popular model in Jamaica. And there's also the SI. Now the SI is the more sportier variant, different wheels and some slightly different sportier stuff. There are 2 engine options. There's a 2-liter naturally aspirated engine, which is the 3ZR, which you'll find in most units, and there's the 1.8 hybrid model that's coupled, with the electric motor and the battery assist drivetrain and stuff like that. As it relates to drivetrain, it's a CVT transmission, and you will often find them being 2-wheel drive, but we do have a few all-wheel drive models that are on the island. At first look, you can oftentimes tell the difference in the 2-wheel and all-wheel by the height of the rear suspension, as the rear for the all-wheel drive tends to be higher for more ground clearance. Alright, so up front we have this massive chrome grille right here with the N logo right in the middle. The N means that this is the Noah model. The Voxys have a different logo up front. On either sides of the grille we have the massive headlights over there. We have the projector beams for the low beam. These are also self-adjusting, so depending on the road condition, if you're going down a hill it will point up for better visibility, and if you're going up a hill it will point down to help you see the road better. The high beams have been swapped out for LEDs, as well as also the bumper lights that are down below. And those headlights, well, those LEDs were provided by 777 Auto. I'll leave a number down below. Alright guys, let's talk about the side profile of this here Roadrunner. As you can see, the headlights do wrap around almost to the sides here, which give the car a little sporty look. It has the sloping front end here, so the vehicle is not a full-on brick. That helps with its overall aerodynamics. It rolls on 16-inch alloy wheels from factory, here with the two-tone grey and silver finish. The mirrors here fold in once the car is locked, and they fold out once the car is unlocked, which I'll show you right now, as the unit is equipped with comfort access. So once the key is in proximity, hand in the lock here and they fold out. This you'll find on the G and the SI models. Coming down here, we have 2 massive sliding doors on either side. This particular model only has the power door on the left, which you can turn on and off, and the right door is a manual sliding door. You can get it with both doors being powered. Coming down to the rear section here, we have the mirror section here for the rear passengers. This doesn't open, and as you can see, the tail lights also wrap around, and there are fins on the tail lights to help with the disturbing the air that's flowing down the sides, to reduce whatever drag is created at the back of the car. On the rear of the Toyota Noah, you'll see we have these long tail lights here. We have park lights, brake lights. So the park light is here, brake light is here, indicator is here. And for this particular model, these 3 sections are blank, and this is the reverse light. We have this massive rear mirror, rear glass here, and there's also a backup camera down below, which I'll show you what that connects to in a section. There's a rear wiper, and for the G and SI models, there's the spoiler, which is up top. Now the trunk also features the smart access, which is a button here at the back. There are 2 buttons, one to unlock the trunk and one to lock the vehicle if you're finished with the inside. Down below here we have the more sportier bumper on this unit that's not on the base models, and reflector sections down here which you can actually get lights to be fitted down below, which is pretty cool. You can also get those at 777 Auto. Opening the trunk. All right, peeps. So with the third row of seats up, you have tons of trunk space here in the back. As to why I'm set like this in the car, it's solely for educational purposes to demonstrate just how spacious the trunk is with the third row up. Now the seats can fold down pretty easily, and if it is that you want to carry any luggage or any bodies in the back of the car, it can be done so quite easily. Let's show you how to get the seats down. All right, to bring the third row down is pretty simple. There's a strap here that locks in place. Release that. Fold the seats down. It's pretty simple to fold down. As it comes down, you can see the feet for the seat pops out. It locks into place down there. You'll hear it locking. And just reach forward and pull up on the back of the seat. Now it's at a 90-degree angle here, which is not always the most comfortable seating position. You can adjust it from the back by holding down on the seat and pulling back on the rest here, and it will come back. Now to bring the seats back up, it's pretty simple. The lever here is pulled down. There's a logo that says lever. Pull down, seats fold, comes in and locks in place. And it's the same thing for both sides. So for this particular model, they've made some improvements. Below the rear section here, there is a storage compartment, and there's also the jack and tools. And on the left hand side of that, you'll find the spare wheel. Love that. A lot of cars ain't coming with spare wheels these days. Let's show you how you're able to access the rear passenger section for seating, as well as also let's show you just how spacious the midsection is. Right, so for the left door here, which is the powered door on this particular model, there are 3 ways to open it. One using the key, another one is using the button here on the door handle itself, or by pressing the button that's next to the driver on the right hand side of the steering wheel. Let's hop in this vehicle right now and talk about its interior space and also some of the features that are here on the middle row and also the third row. First and foremost, I'd love to point out how easy it is to get in the back of this vehicle, especially with the handlebars that are placed here. You do have pretty decent leg space as well. You can't see from there, so let me slide over. As you can see, it's pretty easy to move side to side in this car. Pretty decent leg space. The seats can recline if it is that you want a little bit more comfort in the car with less people in the car, that is, of course. And also, the centerpiece here folds down. Not for an armrest, however, you do have some storage space, and there are 2 cup holders right here. There's a little storage section right behind the seat here, and that's about it. There's seat belt for everybody, and you do have AC vents in the roof of this car for the middle and the third row. So let's check out the third row. All right, so to access the third row, it's actually quite simple. Just pull this lever here, the seats fold up, and you're able to just step over into the third row of the car. Now, it's not as spacious as the middle row, but it will fit for both adults and kids here in the back. All right, so another cool thing to note is that the Noah Voxy is available as either a 7 or 8-seater configuration. This model is the 8-seater, and that gives you the complete seat going across. The 7-seater configurations do have a captain's chair in the middle row, and there's an opening in the section here. So that's for the 7-seater models. So let's hop up front and take a look at the features up front and the seating styles and so forth. So up here on the passenger side, there's not really much going on. You have pretty decent legroom and seating space. The seats aren't too bad. There's an armrest on the right hand side here. The doors are pretty simple with the mirror controls and also the door latch here. There's a compartment which is right up top. We have some stuff up there, and then there's a traditional glove box, and then there's this little storage section which is on top. Up here we do have a visor with a light, and there's also a beauty mirror which is up top, which is pretty cool. And the visor can also open. It doesn't slide out, over to the side to block the sun. And that's it for the passenger side. Let's hop over to the driver's side. All right, so once you're seated inside the vehicle, in front of you is a leather-wrapped steering wheel. It's multifunctional. This model does not feature the cruise control. However, there are media and the dash controls here on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. The vehicle is a push to start. We do have a fully analog gauge cluster in front of you here, but it's slightly digital sections for the park as well as also for the trip and mileage information. Up top here in the center, there is a small black and white digital display that will give you some additional information such as what door is open as well as also any form of warning signals. On the right hand side of the steering wheel here, we do have the stop start button here, which is pretty annoying. So it has the engine stop start feature whenever you do come to a full stop. It's supposed to save on fuel. There's the auto high beam button that you can use to turn on and off. There's the lane departure warning button that is used to turn that feature on and off. And then there's also the collision mitigation button here that you use to turn that on and off. There is the button here that you use to open and close the motorized door, and there's a switch that you can use to turn that feature on and off. Below we have a little storage compartment here that's used to store coins, and we do have the fuel tank lever here and the bonnet lever that's here. For the door controls, all four windows are auto. There's a central locking button, and there's also the mirror controls here, which allows you to fold the mirrors in, turn the auto folding feature on and off, and to also adjust the position of the mirrors. In the center here, it has been upgraded, so you now have a touchscreen Android infotainment system. There's dual zone climate control, which is just below that. Here's your shifter lever. The park brake is your foot brake that's located on the far left of the pedals that's down here. There's this big open section, and also there's cup holders which pulls out, and there's the poverty sections that you'll find all over to indicate that you are not able to afford the fully loaded version. You can also choose to install some new stuff and use these sections to put the switches and stuff like that. Alright, so the Toyota Noah is equipped with some pretty cool safety features. Those are lane departure warning as well as also collision mitigation. The vehicle is always monitoring the car in front of you as well as also the lines on the road. That is done through a camera that's mounted in the windscreen. Should the car in front of you suddenly brake and for some reason you're not paying attention, the car will brake. Don't trust it. In addition to that, if you're in traffic and the car in front of you should drive away, the vehicle will alert you to know the traffic is moving. There are also the lines on the road the vehicle is constantly monitoring, and should you drift over these lines, it will alert you to know that you're going out of bounds. So always pay attention to the road. These features can also be turned off should for some reason you find them annoying. A few features that I don't really like about this car is the fact that it has the engine stop start. Every time you come to a full stop, whether you're in traffic or you've just pulled up somewhere randomly, and you press the brake pedal all the way down, the engine shuts off. That's very annoying. However, you can switch it off with the button that's right next to the engine start button. Next feature I'm not too fond of is how far the rear windows go down. But I can understand though, they're pretty big and you don't want your kid or anybody jumping through the back window. And lastly, there aren't really any power outlets in the back for your rear passengers. However, with how innovative our Jamaican technicians are, you can definitely get somebody to install a few. Alright peeps, so that pretty much wraps up my little review on this 2017 Toyota Noah and a quick overview of some of the other models that are available in this lineup. So remember, should you be driving on the road and you see one of these with red plates or even white plate, and if the driver is driving something like this, give him away. It's probably a road bully. Or if this video is informative and you got some great info from it and you know that you'd be able to choose one of these as your daily, or your next business investment, drop a comment down below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Michael, your Jamaican car guy. Thanks for watching. If you or your friend has ever traveled in Jamaica using public transportation, there's something here that we normally use, which is as packed as an ark. Let me introduce you guys to Noah, Toyota Noah. Try that again. Accents here as well. There are, whether it is that you're going to be carrying some goods or you're going to be transporting some bodies, which I'd recommend getting your vehicle tinted to do something like that so they can't see inside. But that's besides the point. If you're a Jamaican, you'll know that road bullies come in different forms. Turn that back. 2017 Toyota Noah also comes in a Voxy for my blood clot. You're not helping, but. Alright, so the Noah is available as three